Hi, and welcome to AWS Julie. In this video, I want to talk about how I prepared and passed the AWS Certified AI Practitioner exam with a perfect score of 1,000. So, this exam was the first AWS certification I've taken in a while, probably close to 2 years. It's also the first time I used my own content, just my own content, to prepare for a certification exam. And it is the first time I scored a perfect score of 1,000. So, full disclosure, I do create the exam prep content on AWS Skill Builder. And so you will see some of the content that I created to prep for the certification in the exam prep courses on AWS Skill Builder. But our courses and our content is a little bit different from third party content that you will see. We don't teach to the exam. Our courses are designed to teach to the exam guide, again, to help you determine your readiness to take the exam, to make sure that you have the needed depth and understanding of the knowledge of and skills in for each individual task statement in the AWS certification exam guide. And I also used a couple of different steps that I normally use to prepare past the AWS certification exams. And if you check out some of my older videos, you'll see the steps that I previously used. But for this exam, I used a couple of different steps, merged some steps, but I did change it up a little bit. And so I wanted to share those with you as well. There were 6 questions that I flagged for review, and I honestly did not know the correct answer, and I didn't really have a good guess for this. So I had to take a guess and pick my best choice answer for those 6 flagged questions. And part of that's luck, part of that's knowledge, taking the time to prep and understanding the exam guide and the content that's covered in the exam. So let's go ahead and jump into the steps I used. And this time I did change it up a little bit. And I want to call out fundamentals. So, step one for me is always fundamentals. Every AWS certification has needed fundamentals that you need to know for that specific certification exam. So, the first step for me is to ensure I understand the fundamentals needed for each different certification exam I'm studying for. And that entails basically ensuring I have the depth and knowledge that is shared in the AWS exam guide. I do this by building and failing and seeing where I went wrong and just repeating that whole process over and over again. The fundamentals for this particular exam, the AWS Certified AI Practitioner, there are different models, training, algorithms, metrics, and more that you need to know as part of the needed fundamentals. But you also need to understand the fundamentals of machine learning, the fundamentals of data engineering, networking, virtualization, and so on. Step two, I already mentioned, is practicing and failing. So I have to understand that whatever I'm building, whatever project I'm working on for that specific AWS certification, I have to understand how that can fail. Because once you understand how it can fail, you can understand and ensure that it does not fail. And that's a really great tip to learn, and it will help you identify distractors, pick the best choice answer, and it also gives you hands on experience too. So, practicing failing is always important. Step three is practice exam questions. I'm a bit biased, but I think the AWS exam prep team creates the best practice exam questions. We do have to follow the same style, rigor, rules, regulations, all the stuff that the actual AWS certification exams have to follow. Our practice exam questions come with explanations so that you can understand why the correct answer is the best choice answer. And then for step four, during the whole process, you will be, and I did identify skill gaps and places I needed to dive deeper. But it's important before you sit to review all the skill gaps that you've identified to ensure that you understand the concepts and how everything relates together. And this process is similar to how I build the AWS exam prep content on AWS Skill Builder. And this is the process that works for me. But another important tip is to understand that training is personal. We all learn differently, we're all different. Find that training that works for you. I would love to hear your thoughts on the exam and the AWS exam prep content on AWS Skill Builder. Our team is always looking for feedback and suggestions on how we can make our content better and more useful for y'all. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all again soon.